test it before we start. Call me a mad woman, the line's very thin, but stepping into the genius soil or throw it in the technology bin. I had a dream, the air polluted, microchip diluted, and we were all breathing it in. 5G metaphysical biology and the rejection of a foreign body entering the skin. This would be classed as a catastrophe, an invasion upon the human race. Or are we just the guinea pig culture and this is the future we're looking to face? We're still very early on in lockdown. Just want to make that clear. She deceived herself of many a thing. Dreams unspoken, living half a life, one leg out and the other in. Another world she believed to be, more attuned where people speak honestly. And there, subconsciously she loomed. Many decades had passed, many hours looking in the looking glass. And even the streams tell her what she already knew. But at a snail's pace she must take. And if it wasn't true, why then make a snail materialise into my room? This moonchild's having trouble keeping my wandering in. I just want to sing and run where the wind takes me, and be grounded was never my favourite thing. And it reminds me of oppression, of memories of depression, dark days. But I'm brighter now and I'm feeling lighter somehow. And if there's a resistance, I'm ready to fight right now and to win. It wouldn't be half as bad if the media took a Kit Kat break. Shoving it down your every channel, my mind is frazzled, running like a wet flannel, my brain's clean washed out, ready to serve up on a plate. Yes, life's changed, yes, toe the line or be framed by your neighbour, and whilst we're all waiting on this plane of existence, I'm sure the telecommunications are being put up in the distance, on every street light as we worm our way through fight or flight. Will we ever want to leave when the time is right? Today I will travel to the woods and play amongst the fairy folk and be with nature as she spoke to me in a dream, like the blackbird sings as he recognises the queen, and she returns home and they wonder where she's been, and they carry the weight of her woes. And as she sits on the bridge between the realms, beneath her the water flows, carrying the cares of the human affairs to be transmuted and diluted, then away with the fairies she goes, returning home, lighter and brighter, magic, mystical and writer, for it's all that the Lady Raven knows. It's true. Building up an immune to the things that served me once, served me right, served me only too quick and too soon. Here under her moonlight she reveals the plan to home in and tune my intuition, taking each step where I can, and on my journey hearing others speak and where they stand. We've been played like the puppets. Well, there's no strings on me, so no one can. And the forest was inspiring, tiring. I'll test the waters, evidentially. They can't lie till there's a ban. Or divinity with nature, another story here awaits ya. But for now my mind is screaming, it's a scam. Puffy today, puffy. Sleep, anything in between is what I'll keep. And I asked the moon to show me, and I got given life without commodities. Self-sufficient, my theory somewhat out there, and some thought it was flippant. So I conclude that this isn't about living in a field or making food, but the adverse reaction to the current climate, survival mode and getting sleep where I can find it. Another day ahead in solitary confinement, and how you choose to use the time defines its alignment. OCD is finest kicking in. I picked up the scissors so many times I don't know where to begin. And it's a control thing, and it's rooted in taking the wheel and steering, not based on which way the wind blows, and I'm hearing echoes of a child left alone. Overwhelmed emotions carry me home, and just for today my fringe is straight until it's grown. I do go through stages of chopping my hair. Breakfast at 4 a.m, no sleep needed. Full moon source energy, and I'm on the road to which I've been leaded. And there's fire in my belly and I can't put it out. And there's a tendency to want to scream and shout. But I'll go with the flow, my shipmate keeps me in the know. And 1 foot on solid ground, a water element by nature, I'm lucky to have them around. And my heart cries for nature and humankind, and I feel light somewhat deep within my mind. And I'm prepared to let everything I've ever known fall away. These fake foundations form cracks along lines that lay. And it hurts when I breathe, not from some virus, but the chains which I must leave broken. I didn't return to be dictated to by fear. I'm not afraid, I'm not alone. We are so very near. Nature saves me once more, opens her door and washes away the man-made slave. And it's just a passing phase. I trespass on her land, and she holds out her hand. And the squirrel runs away in fear. What have we done, my dear? Close your eyes, open your heart, and all will be made clear. Yeah, she's not well. Got lost in a conspiracy hell. And her mind wasn't intact at the best of times. She lacked the ability to see, undoubtedly down to the year of confinement. She's a dab hand. And with a nose like that, should have been in the force, Detective Ravenskull at your mercy. But foresight's forewarned, and I was shit at math and was scorned by my intellectual mind's eye as the key. So we'll play out this farce, this illusion, till it trends on the toes of intrusion, and your freedom is somewhat of the past, and we'll just look back and see. Woken up with a fresh head, made my bed, I'm not lying around today, with a whole new universe to bring into play. And how would you see yourself? What dreams did they try to take away? Have we not been given the magic wand? You know, we are driven by our desires to create and to grow. Go be yourself, the one you've been longing to find. Go express yourself, leave a legacy for generations left behind. But find peace. Find it in a little space of your mind. Block out the media, block out any type of fear. We are bold, we are the stories, not the stories we are told. And mostly be kind to yourself. We are beautiful, but we are not blind. What's everyone else dying of today? Where's the statistics of the natural cause and misfits? The death toll hasn't risen, we've just been blinded by its vision, and all put under the spell of some diagnostic hell. These aren't positive and concluded, these are symptom-based, drenched, full gone and concluded. I went into the woods and smelt the fear, disinfectant mask and please don't come so near. Isolating through guilt-based sanctions. Let's get the numbers down, return the herds till we're all... Let's get the numbers down, return to the herds till we all adhere. The heart stopped breaking once she realised she wasn't broken anymore. I let go of everything I've ever known to be true. I surrender this reality, based on a story, not a brutality, that made up the strength that runs through the walls of deception, the invisible protection, the knowing of direction in the current of the sea. I sit in the moment, release my atonement, and leave the old world order behind me. I can't believe they're promoting less creativity. Could that possibly be the BBC? Encouraging a let it be so we can stop your distractions, numb your mind, a few more fractions and fill it with more poison negativity. And they wonder why the so-called virus infects your capability to breathe. Please. I remember hearing so many moons ago, it's the pharmaceutical industry that's practically running the show. I didn't pay much attention. I don't pay much attention now. But all of a sudden it's come to light. The exposure to the sun, as we know, makes everything turn out in the end all right. I do laugh at some of these. There's 250 and I've not read them back. So just go with it. The universe is showing us the signs are staring at. The universe is showing us the signs are staring us right in the face. We all look like doctors now. Look at the state of what we call the human race. Masks and antibacterial, keeping distance, house arrest, hiding behind a smoke screen is what they do, and we're being put to the test. My instincts have never failed me. Our reality mirrors what it wants us to know. Our Achilles heel is the NHS wheel, and our fear of is of letting it go. So what better way of endorsing and enforcing our desperate need to require more beds and more drugs? Vaccines produced by thugs who are powerless. There is never any smoke without a fire. That doesn't make sense. It obviously did at the time. Universal credit, the name makes a lot of sense now. Like this wasn't planned, like we just reached out our hand and the cards are on the table showing us how. The reality check won't come easy, the reality check won't come cheap. The masks are not there to protect us, it's to cover up what we want to speak. And we have to make a stand and we have to fight for the freedom of this land, or else we may as well all fall back to bloody sleep. Stepping out into a world of dysfunctionality, a world of fear, would you please stand here as become our reality? Scared to breathe, please don't pollute the air we breathe with your immortality. And the fear of death like we haven't lived, the time is now, go give it your best shot. Oh, I haven't finished. And we created the scenario by building up the plot, watching drama, playing war games. This is how, this is now what we have got. It's not the story we're told, it's the outer reflection of the trauma we hold, and our avoidance to sit and process, and our reluctance to take notice of our divine powers that be. We project, we reflect, we give away to an external fantasy. Your happy ever after isn't living the life of a martyr, it's lending your frequency to becoming who you were meant to be. Thank you for listening.